Hello everybody, it's MLP Pokemon and more here. Welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. I am MLP Pokemon and more. I make lots of different videos on this channel, so feel free to watch the ones that interest you and bypass the ones that don't. So let's get started. This is a Rugrats video, and it is a Rugrats review video. In this video I will be reviewing the episode Angelica's Worst Nightmare. So let's go. This episode is about where Angelica's mother Charlotte finds out that she is pregnant with her second child, and Angelica is not happy about it. She has fears and concerns and ends up having a nightmare about the baby being able to walk and talk, and is going to come after her and basically eat her. And this episode is all about Angelica's concerns over the new baby. This is a Series 3 episode. The episode starts where Angelica is in her bedroom. She is playing with her toy line that can speak, and it tells her that she is the greatest girl in the world, and Angelica agrees with this. She is having cookies and drinking some milk. Then she finds out that she's out of milk and calls her dad in and says that she wants a refill. He happily refills her drink, and she asks him for things like she wants to go to the toy store later and things like that. And he says yes, of course they can go to the toy store. And she says she wants a pony, and he says, well, think about that. And he's just basically waiting on her and telling her how much he loves her and what a good little girl she is. After that, Drew leaves Angelica in her bedroom and goes down to see his wife Charlotte, and it is revealed that they have suspected that she is pregnant with their second child. She shows Drew the pregnancy test and says it's blue, and Drew says, but that means, and Charlotte's like, yes, we're going to have another baby. And they hug each other and say what great news it is. Later on, they call Angelica downstairs to tell her the news. And she says, can you hurry up? Because Gilligan's on in 5 minutes. And Drew says to her, your mother is going to have another baby. And at first Angelica dismisses it and she won't believe it. And she's like, no, you're not. And Charlotte says, yes, I am. And she's like, no, you're not. And Angelica says, yes, I am. We're going to have a baby and you're going to have a little brother or sister. And you can tell that Angelica is not impressed by this news. Later on in the day, when the family are having dinner, it shows that Drew and Charlotte are really happy and they're all lovey-dovey with each other, blowing each other kisses, saying how much they love each other and stuff like that. General things that couples do with each other. And Angelica is clearly worried about the new baby and has concerns. And she tries to get attention from her parents by doing things that she knows will please them, like eating all the vegetables on her plate. But they're just thinking about the baby and are obviously dismissive of this. They then start to discuss where the new baby will sleep. And Drew is like, hey, where will the new baby sleep anyway? And Charlotte's like, I hadn't thought of that. There's the guest room. There's this other room that she mentioned, which I can't remember what it was. And then she says, then there's Angelica's room. And Angelica is worried about this and thinks if the baby sleeps in her room, that means that her parents are going to kick her out, which is not the case. What they actually meant was that the baby would share the room with Angelica. But Angelica's only 3 years old, so obviously she didn't think about that. Later it shows Drew in his office, and Angelica asks him if they can go to the zoo or the toy store. And Drew says, not now, Angelica. I'm busy budgeting for the new baby. The baby is going to need clothes, somewhere to sleep, it's going to need toys. And he lists the things that the new baby will need. So then Angelica goes to see her mother. And she sits on her mum's knee, and her mum is like, is there anything you want, Angelica? And she says, no, mummy, just to spend time with you. Angelica then says to her mother that new babies are a lot of work, and she feels that they don't have the time for it right now, and she would appreciate it if they didn't have the baby right now. And Charlotte says, there's nothing I can do about that. And Angelica says, please, mummy, please, I don't want another baby right now. And Charlotte's like, Angelica, there's nothing I can do. When the baby comes, and that's that. So she basically tells her straight. When it is Angelica's bedtime, We see her in her bedroom. She's holding her Cynthia doll and wearing Dummy Bear pyjamas. And she just starts complaining about her parents and the new baby. And it shows that she's feeling left out. And she's like, new baby, new baby, new baby, baby, baby. What's so great about the new baby? All they do is poop and drool and spit up their oatmeal. New babies, who needs them? What am I, chopped liver? And then she gets on her bed and falls asleep.